Hello there, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to share right now. We apologize. Development is proceeding smoothly, and we should be able to bring you some new information this year. For now, we'll have to ask you to wait just a bit longer.
Hey folks, what's up? Mr. Gamer here, and you're probably wondering already why this intro is a bit different from the norm. Well, that's because this video will be different from the norm. Basically, it has recently been announced that the popular games event E3 will be on this year, and that Nintendo will be in attendance. But that's obvious, right? Well, not quite. You see, prior to this year, E3 was in huge doubt. Not only was it cancelled last year for obvious reasons, but prior to that, the event had a huge media leak containing private information of curators who attended the event, something which made a lot of people uneasy about it in future, which is very understandable. But it is on this year, digitally, which is awesome, and it has raised a big question within the Zelda community. Will we finally see more on Breath of the Wild sequel? Let's discuss that. Okay, so short answer. Yes, we definitely should see some news at E3 this year, and here is why I think so. The sequel was initially revealed at E3 2019, 2 years ago. Since then, we have had next to nothing on it, which kind of makes sense. I think a lot of the expectations to see news on this game so soon was built on the fact that the game would be sharing the same engine, style, and a lot of in-game contents. But it's still a new game with new contents to be created at the end of the day, and this takes time. We also need to consider that the world was hit by a literal pandemic and still is in that very pandemic. This needs to be considered as a huge factor. It definitely slowed stuff down, but within 2 full years, a lot of development would have still happened, and how fitting would it be to bring back that Nintendo E3 hype with more news on this game? On top of that, Nintendo already promised us more coverage of the game sometime this year at their most recent Nintendo Direct, and you know what else this would provide? A true celebration of the 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. Sure, it wouldn't be on the exact day or anything, but it would still be within the year, and let's be honest, although Nintendo didn't post about it on the day, they didn't just forget about the existence of a series which literally built a huge part of their success alongside Super Mario. But anyway, assuming the likely happens and we do see the sequel appear at E3 this year, what could we see? Well, as much as I would love to see a playable demo, it isn't happening. Playable demos tend to only be available in person at this event, and I just can't see them putting out a digital demo for a Zelda game. However, what I realistically can see happening is firstly, a name reveal. This is something we have all been waiting for, as the game has just been dubbed Breath of the Wild 2 for the past 2 years, and to be honest with you, if it was to be called simply Breath of the Wild 2, I would be more than okay with that. It fits well if you ask me, as it is literally a direct sequel. Plus, fans have basically made that the unofficial name at this point, but a new name entirely would work well as well. Now, as cool as a name reveal would be, I think that it would require a trailer alongside, as 2 years of waiting for a name would be a little lackluster in my opinion. Hi Metroid fans, you want to kill me right now, don't you? But why? For what reason could that be? But for real, I feel you. This would be a great opportunity to give us a trailer similar to the Life in Ruins trailer that we got for Breath of the Wild. One focused more on the overworld and how it runs, maybe with a little teaser or a piece of backstory to a plot point of the game as well, or even the reveal of a character we don't know yet. I think that would be fitting. Now, a trailer and name reveal together would be more than enough for me personally, but if we were to go all in, I'd say some gameplay would be awesome too. I sort of mentioned it earlier with the whole playable demo, but what could happen as well is a Nintendo Treehouse event showcasing 15 minutes of gameplay. Now, Breath of the Wild did this with the Great Plateau, so I think if this was to happen again, it would be best to show a segment of the game that isn't the tutorial. Maybe some of the underground caves and different ways of traversing them. This would work especially well if they are actually to play a large role within the game, which many of us have suspected. We can't predict exactly what they'd show, if they do show this stuff, but this is a rough idea in my opinion, considering the length of time between the reveal and where we are at now. I think the chances of this are very likely, as Nintendo are more than aware of the demand for this game. And this is something that I kind of get confused by, as I think a lot of fans seem to not realise. Nintendo do know how much we want this game, otherwise why on earth would they be making it in the first place? Breath of the Wild was literally the biggest success in Zelda history. Its sequel will be huge for them. please, to anyone out there doubting Nintendo's interest in getting this game out to us, be patient and wait for it. I know that's sucky advice, but just listen. I guarantee you that once this game is released, you will look back and see exactly why it took so long, exactly why they needed more time. The same thing happened leading up to Breath of the Wild. Delay after delay, but what a game it turned out to be. This game will be something special. They know that we are excited, but just haven't put enough together yet, which is fair enough. Now, as I always tend to do whenever I make these occasional Breath of the Wild sequel situation videos, I like to include an updated prediction on when I think it could release. And I previously said between late 2021 and early 2022. I still stand by this prediction, as I think following E3 this year, assuming we do get news, that things will begin to rapidly pick up from there as they did with Breath of the Wild. But at the end of the day, as a great video game designer once said, a delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever. Thanks a ton for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing for more Zelda content. This was a bit different to my regular theories and discussions, but I like to mix it up here and there, and thought it would be fun to give my insight to this recent news. Let me know what you think will happen at E3 this year in the comments down below, and look out for my replies. As always, a huge heartfelt thank you goes out to all of my supporters across Patreon and YouTube. I cannot express to you enough how helpful and appreciated the support is. If you'd like to join them here at the end of all of my videos, get yourself a shout out upon joining, and more, then consider supporting via Patreon or YouTube. Again, thanks for watching, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.